Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. We are about ready to start for our collective reading for today's energies. We will start with using the Colette Baron Reads Enchanted Map and to find what the overall energies are for today and what the collective needs to know. And so I'm going to shuffle. These have already been pre-shuffled regularly. So let's see. So today's overall arching theme is going to be intention. So set those intentions, set those ideas, get firm about what you want to do, how you want to proceed. To me, the egg is like the the idea that's ready to be burst and ready to come forth. And then with the owl is all about wisdom um, and being able to know, what actions to take. And then you have the owl has in its mouth the dandelion, and underneath here, obviously, you see a field of dandelions. And with that, to me, it's all about making wishes. So make your wishes. Don't think about something small. Think about something big. Dream. Really grasp what you want to do and really go for it. Set those intentions. Be clear about it. Stay away from the negative talk and the doubt and well, I can't do that, or how can I go about doing that? And setting intentions is not about that. It's about saying, I want this and I'm going to get it. And setting the idea that it is possible, the idea that, you want that, and that you deserve that and you have the right to it. So set those intentions and go for it. Okay, so to start off, we are going to start with the romance and love. So what is the overall message for the general collective in regards to love? Okay, so the first card that we had come out was the Sun card. And Sun represents happiness, it represents joy. And I'm using these are the Tarot Banksy cards by Coptilu. Oh, I can't even say that. Anyways, so as you can see, it's two children playing, at what would be a beach, but they're in front of a brick wall. And the hole that they're creating there is paradise. So it's seeking the joy and the love, the happiness, tranquility, and peace. And the Sun card generally represents joy and happiness, abundance, childhood, bliss and joy, unrestrained energies. So thinking about like the peace and the joy and happiness, overall, the Sun card, makes every other card, so much brighter. So this is a great way to start a love reading. Sorry about that. My camera just completely shut off. The next card that we do have is the Nine of Spray Cans. And the Nine of Spray Cans is about, it's the same as the Nine of Swords. So, as you can see here, it's a child or a child's drawing with setting, what would have been a old-fashioned game here So using the stick and then the circular, I don't even know what that was, the circular piece of wood, and they would push it along the streets. So this is a kid pushing along a flaming tire. Um, so the Nine of Swords is about mental anguish and that you're putting yourself in the situation. And with this here, it's like the kid isn't happy, but they're still playing with the tire. So it's kind of like the polar opposites of what we had here with the Sun card of being in happiness. This is like self-sabotaging. You're really in your head mentally about a situation. Um, about setting the negative aspects of it. So it's kind of interesting. So let's keep seeing what else is going to come up here. So then we have the King of Swords. So in this here picture, you have Biggsy's picture of a kid with a machine gun and a whole bunch of flowers. So the King of Swords is a very intellectual, stern man, very forthcoming, very strong intellectually. He's the mastermind. So very tactical, and like in this picture here, can be very aloof at times and demanding and such. But then there's the sweet side. So with the King of Swords, that could represent that you have an air sign in your life coming in, a masculine energy. It does represent Aquarius, and then of course obviously the other air signs, Gemini and Libra. But so there is a masculine energy, a strong masculine energy that's very authoritative, mentally intellectual, excuse me, but still is like a little child inside. Very firm on the outside, but a child on the inside. So then the last card here is the Devil card. And so the Devil card here shows a woman or a child, excuse me. I can't tell the gender of the child, but either way, it's a young person stealing away a TV that has a heart. So with the Devil, we're talking about like addictions, and addictions could be, obsessive compulsive thinking. It could be, binge watching Netflix. It could be, having and wanting the next best thing, and always having to keep up with the Joneses type of thing. It could just be, like I said, it's something as small as like having addictive behavior, like let's say smoking or drinking, or those really aren't small things, but let's say always having to be in your routine, and you get trapped in a routine and not going outside the box. So with these here, with this being talking about love, I get the sense that like you're happy about being in love, but it's kind of becoming an addictive behavior that you're really in your head about, over this masculine energy. So if you notice, like all of these individuals here are all kids. They're all young. They're all adolescents. It has youth. And within each element, there's a sense of innocence within it. So, to me, I would say that you're looking too much inside. Too much in your head here with these two cards here. You really need to balance, your mental thoughts, and such, with the innocence, with the carefreeness, and not get so trapped up on obsessively thinking or obsessively feeling that you have to be a certain way or do a certain thing or have certain items to be happy. And um, so it's very interesting. Very interesting mix to read. Let's see what words, messages that the universe has for us along the journey. And so these I'm going to be using The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. Let's grab one more. Well, interesting. So the universe does have your back. So don't give up on faith. Have the faith and know that all things come to those that are meant to be, and to keep your head up. Good things will come in divine timing. And then the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So again, with the intention, set that intention of what you want. What do you want in a relationship? What do you want in a person? What do you want in yourself? And really embrace that and have faith that that's going to happen. And again, you attract where your vibrations are. So think that joy, that happiness. Think about that sun, with that paradise waiting for you. Really embrace it, and go from there. And then, last card is happiness is my birthright. So happiness is your birthright. You have that right to be happy. You have that right to have fun and happiness and joy every single day of your life, and not to be trapped, in your mind and obsessing about, all the things that you can't control. And what you can control is your happiness. You can have happiness. Choose to be in gratitude every day. Choose to see the things that you're grateful for. And once you start bringing in more of that gratitude and you start realigning yourself to your higher good, more positive things will come to you. So remind yourself every day that you deserve happiness. It's your birthright. It's your right to be happy. And be, like I said, be grateful for all the small things. Be grateful that you have toothpaste. Be grateful that you have the nice cool breeze. Be thankful that you have the sun basking on your skin. Be thankful for the birds and the bees, and be thankful that you have a couch and that you have a bed to sleep in. Be thankful for the food that you eat, and be thankful for what you do have. Some people don't have all that, all this stuff. Some people don't have the ability to access YouTube. Some people don't have the ability to have a phone or to have running water, and some people don't have the ability to have clean water, and that's a sad thing. But be grateful for what you do have, and so every day wake up in happiness, knowing that you have all these wonderful things in abundance around you. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to career and wealth. Take these back. Thank you for joining us for the love portion. All right, I'm going to shuffle. What do we need to know about career and finance? What do we need to know about career and finance? finance. Okay, so let's look at the first card that we have. Okay, so the Seven of Stencils is just like the Seven of Pentacles. In this picture, you see a woman or a man. Yes, I think that looks to be like Tom Hanks. Um, dressed as what we would consider a maid would be. They're lifting up a piece of the wall, and you see nothing but money. And it says, "Street art is a money pit." And so it's sweeping away the money underneath behind, the wall, per se. And then I'm just going to go over what the rest of these are. The next one is the Five of Brushes, which is equivalent to the Five of Wands. And in this, you have two people. It looks like one military and probably one more of a renegade or a rebel or independent fighter, and they're pillow fighting. Or, excuse me, I take that back. You see all the feathers, which would indicate pillow fighting, but then the military guy, has a knife in his hand, and the other gentleman has what looks like a pillow or a sack. The last card that we got was the High Priestess, and this has Princess Leia in it, and she's spray painting "fuck this imperial bullshit." All right. So the first one here. The Seven of Pentacles, or Seven of Stencils. What I'm gathering about this, with knowing about the history of street art and how street art, they don't do it for money, they don't do it for acclaim, and recently they've become very popular, and so a lot of the stuff is getting commercialized now. Hence, Banksy and and the stunts that he had done in the auction houses with shredding one of his paintings, once it was sold. So the whole idea about street art is that it's the voice of the people. There's no money in it. Most of the people do it illegally because, well, most of them either do it illegally or they're muralists, which get permission from the actual building owners, and then they paint murals. So there's kind of a divide within street art as far as legality is. But here it is, the person sweeping all the money behind the curtain. So with the Seven of Pentacles, it's about investing, and it's about waiting and nurturing your passions for your career and work and such. And normally you see it with a guy and a shovel with a tree, and in the tree has the pentacles, or yeah. And so to me with this, it's about investing in what is going to provide you give me a second. What it's getting to me is that you don't have to have a high glamorous job, to be able to invest in yourself, or to be able to invest in your family, or to be able to save money, and to be able to have all this abundance with this money. You can accomplish greatness where you're at. You can accomplish greatness and abundance by doing um, anything really. It's a matter of being wise in your investments and making sure that you are you're the one in control. So like when I see this, when I see the individual, it's like the help, like you're getting help to, you're getting help and you're being funneled, or you're having, oh man, sorry, I'm getting a totally different message here. It's like you're waiting for the government to scoop out the money and to give it to you, and that with this card, it's not, you shouldn't be waiting around for someone else to scoop it out. It's a street art is a money pit. So thinking about waiting for, let's say, unemployment, or waiting for the government to give you money and such, it's a pit. It's a vicious cycle, and that you need to not wait for them and to take charge and to do what you love, because that's what street art is about. It's about doing what they love, and being able to prosper from that, and to really find what you're passionate about and invest in those passions. All right, sorry, that took a little while to get out. And then we have, the Five of Brushes is all about fighting and quarrels. And again, this is like so much of what's going on today. Two opposing sides, a government with the people, against the people and such. And, it's this vicious battle. And, in reality, it's, you see all these feathers, and so with the feathers, it's about thought, air, lightness, it's fluff. It's not anything strong. But the Five of Brushes is the Five of Wands, so there's passion behind it. So both sides are passionate, but what's really going to be the damage here? I mean, because you're fighting with something that's soft. There's nothing that is going to come about, because it's not gonna damage anybody or make any dents. So there's no real point to be fighting. And I mean this like in a more of a theoretical sense of fighting. And then like I mentioned before, this what I would say, this governmental police here has a knife in his hands, and this individual for the people, and I don't know why I'm saying like for the people, but it's the counter of government that has this bag. And to me the bag represents that the pillow, and so one has a bag that's trying to scoop all these feathers up, or trying to maintain the feathers in their bag, and then here's somebody with a knife trying to cut at them, trying to bust that bag open. So the Five of Swords, like I said, the Five of Wands is about passion. It's about fighting. It's about conflict and such. So it could be, it could be with the passion of these two, waiting around, and you're fighting, mentally, physically, but what's the point of fighting when you can, embrace your passion, set your intentions, and go after what you really want to do and what you really want your life to be like. And then that goes following with the High Priestess, and she says, "Fuck this imperial bullshit." And I'm sorry if you guys don't like foul language, but that's what the card says. So, we talk about here where you have, we have the Star Wars reference and the imperial bullshit, that, that's putting limitations on his people. in reality, you should be looking within. You know, as they say in Star Wars, using the Force. You know, the Force is strong within this one. You know, um, and I'm not a Star Wars fanatic, so pardon me here, but you know, Princess Leia is about she represents the female energy, and the female energy is about intuition, it's about creativity, nurturing, and so you know, thinking about nurturing yourself and thinking about finding those passions within you and really honing in on what you want, like I said, you want to do, and finding your passions and listening to your gut versus what, you know, the government is saying or what other people are saying. And you know, everyone has an opinion, and that's okay, but it's not your life, you know. So you need to take charge of your life, and you need to go ahead and you know, follow your dreams, and let the universe have faith, and let the universe you know, help you in this process. You know, set those intentions on what you want to do. And if you didn't listen to the first part, the overall theme is intentions for today, and setting those bits of passion, and using your wisdom and using your wishes to go after something that you absolutely love. Um, and so let's go ahead and let's pull our cards for guidance. What words the universe have for us today? Now I shuffled really weird. Let's do one more. I shuffle normally, and then I shuffle this way for cards to poke out, and those are the messages. And when I have the calling to pull that card, that's when I know, or when I have that feel. Excuse me. So let's look at the first one. Oh, so when I think I've surrendered, I surrendered more. So when I think I've surrendered more. So if you look, we have another dandelion on there. So make that wish. You know, follow that passion that you want to do, and then surrender. And when you know that you've surrendered, you actually surrender more, even more. And by surrendering to it means like letting go and being okay. You know, being okay with your situation and just letting it flow. Okay, it's very beautiful. The next card is I choose to learn through love. So through that, even though these cards seem to be pretty negative in aspects of you know, government and battles and fights, and you know, waiting upon other people and such, but really it's about choosing to learn to love yourself, and to love your situation, and to love the people around you, and to work through those difficulties by using love. So be grateful. Be grateful of your situation that you have. Be grateful for what you have. Okay, the last card is I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Absolutely, that follows along with everything else. So, you know, finding that deeper meaning and personal growth is really, you know, digging deep in and finding what you want to do and where you want to go, and setting those intentions, letting the universe then take over from there, and finding deeply what do you want to do, and what are your self-limiting beliefs, and how can you get over those limiting beliefs about, you know, what your worth is, because you're worth so much more. Your worth is so invaluable to everybody, not just to your loved ones or your friends or your community, but to everybody. Because without your love, we don't have love. Because we are all our energy. We're all connected. So raise that vibration. Be in gratitude for what you do have and where you want to go, and work upon yourself. And how can you invest in yourself to take you farther and to take you to a better place than where you're at now. All things good does come to those that have that higher vibration, and let the universe help you. Send it out there. Set that intention to say, hey, I need help with this, and then let it go. And don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't be in, oh my goodness, I gotta pay this bill. Oh my goodness, I gotta do this. And because you'll find that deeper meaning that, like, you won't be attracting that negative energy into your life. You'll feel a lot more liberated, and you won't be so stressed, because you can't control that. But what you can control is what you're passionate about and what you want to do. And even if it's a matter of, like, yes, let's say you are not currently working and you're wondering what you should be doing and whatnot. So what you should be doing is finding a deeper meaning within your life, finding your passions and joys, and embracing those, and work on yourself. So with that, that's fantastic, and a very beautiful message. Thank you. Alright, so the last one, I'm going to go ahead and collect these. Thank you for watching the wealth, career, finance section. We're going to go ahead then and move on to just a general reading, and overall, in case your question doesn't really fit within those other parameters. General, what's the collective need to know? Energies. Okay, let's look at the first one. So we have the Six of Brushes, so the Six of Wands. And the Five of Buckets, or the Five of Cups. And we have the Brother of Brushes, so this would be the Brother of Brushes. I want to say that the Brother of Brushes is the Knight of Wands. I don't know why. I'm not sure about that. Because the sister's the page, then the brother, and then... Okay, yeah. That works. Okay. Let's see here. So the first one, we'll go ahead and just look at the picture here. It says, it's a rat in a suit. And it says, if you win the rat race, you're still a rat. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm gathering on this is that every time I look at the suit, I don't see a suit. I keep seeing prison, like, the orange jumpsuits. And I don't know why, but it keeps thinking of being trapped. So, the Six of Brushes is about, like, victory, self victories. You usually see, a guy, with a victory banner walking through or riding through a crowd of people and such, but on this, it's like, you might win that race and that battle, but what did you really win? You know, if you're in a situation, um, and it's a lose-lose situation, what are you gaining? You know, so if you're constantly doing things that don't give you joy and happiness and pleasure, or it doesn't benefit other people, like if you're not being productive um, in the sense of being your true self and being truly guided to what you should be doing, you're no benefit. Like, I hate saying you're no benefit. Your actions, are not beneficial to your life. So to me, it's like you need to step out of being a rat in a cage. You need to step away from the routine of what you think that you should be doing based upon consumption and consumerism and what social norms are saying, as far as you know oh, be home with your family, watch Netflix, binge it, and don't forget, all of your local fast food restaurants are all still able to deliver food. Yeah, but reality, it's like, the game's changed. You don't want to be this rat that's still stuck in that cage. You want to be able to go and spend quality time with the people that you love, and making good food. Food from scratch. And really being able to take the time to invest in yourself and to change how things were going into something better. You know. And then you have the 5 of buckets, so the 5 of cups. And so the 5 of cups is usually someone that's too focused upon the the spilt cups versus the non-spilt cups. And in this picture, though, it's about protesters, and um, one person is on the ground and he's struggling, and he has his hand up saying, no, stop, and you could tell that their sign had like had a heart on it. And then the other one was the person that's standing up, and you can kind of see the like a circle on the top portion. So I'd assume that would be more of the peace sign. So it's like, here's this guy and he's down, and yet they're turning on each other, and they both are fighting for peace and love and happiness. But when your brother's down, you're like, oh, now it's time to turn, and it's sad. It's really sad, and the guy's not like, he's not at that stage where it's like, I'm down, but I'm not out, I'm still holding this sign, just give me a hand, brother, help me get up, help me, join back into this fight for all. And the whole sense of like, that we're all in this together. You're not alone. You're not, this person on the ground that wants nothing but love, and you're having to fight for it by yourself. There's millions of people that are in the same situation that you're in, and if you're not in that situation, that it's okay, but it's also okay to help. You don't have to, hoard your emotions and hoard, your resources, and hoard your feelings, and mostly that feeling of peace and happiness and joy. Share it. When you see somebody that is doing worse off than you are, it's better to have a positive vibration towards them and be in gratitude. Be grateful that that you have this friend in your life, that you have this person there that brings you happiness, and see if you could help. Even if it's just, hey man, I don't have the resources to help you, but because my money's tight myself, or, um, or maybe you do have resources, but, a lot of people, we feel disassociated with, with our neighbors and with our friends, even, because we feel ashamed. But it's about, offering an ear, you know, and a smile. Being there and showing love and gratitude for our fellow, humans, and, just being like, hey man, I can help you. You just need to, you don't need to do anything. Let me help you. Let me take that control of masculine energy, and let me give to you. And if you are down, be in that receiving mode. I'm not talking about, like, you know um harassing people or anything like that, but I mean, like, be open to receiving. Have your heart open and allow for it. Step into that nurturing, that feminine energy, and, be in that space of, like, you know what, it's okay if I receive help. It's okay if I ask for assistance. It's okay if I call, my utility company and say, hey, I need help, or go to a food bank and stand in line. It's okay, or if you are okay and you know someone that is struggling, provide them with the resources. If, reach out gently and kindly and say, hey, my money's extremely tight too, but, I know some of these great resources that can help within the community. Let me help you. Let me, come with you. Let me be a support for you. And, I think the worst thing that in those situations, and I've been there, I've had to go to food banks. I went to a food bank yesterday, and, the worst thing about it is feeling like you're alone while you're in line, feeling like you're by yourself in line, or thinking, man, I'm the only person in my family that's going through this, and not feeling like you can reach out, and saying, hey, I need help. I know it, and trust me, I know it's hard to ask for help. I'm an Aquarius, so we're pretty darn stubborn, and I go, man, you know what? I just asked my mom for $20 last week. I can't ask her for more help, or I asked her last month, and it's too soon to ask again, or, I can't ask, for assistance, because I don't have a car anymore, and there's ways, there's communities within our communities. There are programs to help people with transportation, to help people with food, and with utility help. There's a lot out there. Don't be afraid to ask for it, and to ask for help. If you're this person on the ground, please don't be afraid to do it. Have that strength and that courage to say, hey, please help me out. And if you know the resources, or you can provide the resources, don't be too proud to say, hey, I got them. I got you. You know what? You're a good friend of mine. I got you. Or, you know what? Walking down the street, and, there's, let's say a homeless person comes up to you, or a person just comes up to you and says, hey man, I haven't eaten, and I'm starving, and I just need a couple dollars. And let's say you're okay and you have a couple dollars, and that couple dollars won't break your bank, and you're like, you know what, man, I do have a couple dollars. Let me give you a couple dollars. Or, not thinking that anything's going to come back to you or anything like that, but just out of your heart, that you just, are grateful that you have that money to be able to provide to that person at that exact time. To be grateful that you're there to help somebody. There's been times that I haven't been able to help people because I don't have cash on me, or I don't have money. But you know what? I just bought, 2 extra waters at 7-Eleven, for work. And I see someone on the side of the street, and it's hot out, especially where we're at with summertime. And And so instead of me, saying, well, I got these 3 extra waters, I can't help out, I give this person one of my bottles of water. Why should I be greedy with that? Um, it's not going to cost me anything. In it, and it might be enough to help them, even if it's momentarily, but it keeps them hydrated. It keeps them from having heat exhaustion, and it opens their heart a little bit more, just like yourself. And it takes a lot, as you know, to ask for help. So, sorry, that went on for a little while there. All right, the last one is the Brother of Brushes, which is the Knight of Swords, or Knight of Wands. And this has a kid with a bucket and a towel, and the kid has a face mask, and in the writing above it says last chance. So I don't really believe that there are last chances. I really believe that some opportunities do come and go, but new opportunities will come about. And so with the Knight of Wands, it's about very fast, passionate, moving communications. So, and it says last chance. So to me, that's kind of like, it's kind of a conflict. So like, here comes in this communication, this fast action, but it's gonna be the last chance for it. The only thing I can say is that if something comes in, and it seems like a great offer, it's very passionate, something that aligns with who you are, seize the day, take it, because it might be the last chance that offer comes through, but it doesn't mean you won't have other opportunities that come through. So, take that kind of with a grain of salt. This kid is like probably washing the wall from graffiti, taking, I'm getting that, like, this is your chance to really reinvent yourself and to clean the slate and to start over and to take this as your last chance to realign yourself with your life. And we're all going through this change in the world. None of us expected it, and we're all really having to reset ourselves, especially here in the United States, with a lot of people being unemployed, and a lot of people still being very fearful, and we still have the coronavirus going. And so it's about having to really reinvent yourself and what you can do to survive at this moment, and to take care of your family and the things that you need to do. So wiping away all the bad shit, and wiping away all the negative stuff, and cleaning up your life, cleaning up the situation, and providing yourself with another chance to come in passionately about something that you enjoy, and taking charge of it. Like, the Knight is an immature energy, youthful male energy, and it's about passion. It's about quick movement. It's about communication, coming out, bold and strong, and taking control. It's just a kind of like a player energy. So maybe someone's coming towards you that is this Knight of Swords or Knight of Wands. So maybe you're gonna have a male energy come to you with a message, a passion, a passionate offer. It could be career, it could be love, it could be to help you out in the situation. Something passionate to get you moving. Anyways, I don't know why I feel like that this message for the general just has been so much longer than the other ones. Okay, so let's get some words from the universe about the situation. other small messages. Okay. So the first one that we got was I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Absolutely. You know, be unapologetic about who you are and what you like and what you want to do. And obviously, what you focus on is what will grow. So set those intentions. And what I also like about this is that these flowers, again, they look like the dandelion. So make your wishes, set your intentions, and go for it. And let the universe help guide you. Okay. And the next one is the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Again, here it is, surrendering. Set your attention, surrender, and then let the universe bring things to you. So set that passion that you want, the job that you want, the career goals that you want. Maybe you want to start a new business, or just maybe it's just something simple, or as simple as, you know, I want to be able to provide food for my family, and you set that intention out of I am providing food for my family, or I have provided food for my family, and just let it go. And then be open to receive. So open to receive, let's say, a notification on your phone about your child's school offering free meals for lunches, or about filling out the free and reduced meal application so that you can acquire free food for your kids. Maybe it's a notice that you see, while you're out and about in your community about a food bank, or about donating food, and finding out, oh, well, they might be able to help me. How can, this obviously aligns, and see if they can help, but allow the universe to help you, or if it's a matter of, like, you could be, my youngest has a habitual habit of finding money on the ground. So, and it always aligns when exactly we need money. So they bring it in. So just allow that to happen. And then the next card that we have is the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. Again, being in gratitude, and I'm not one to, I don't like to use the word prayer, because everyone associates that with, like, major religions and such, and it's more of like I affirm, I meditate on, I set my intentions on, I voice what I need, but forget what you think you need, forget that you think that you need to have Netflix, or that you think you need to have McDonald's. Those things aren't really what you need. What you really need is love, abundance, joy. Those things are what resonates and sets you to that higher energy level. The next one I have is, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. Should I just, like, keep repeating on that? So again, once you get that higher level, of abundance, of joy, of gratitude, that joy will bring in will bring in that support from the universe. So once you set yourself into that higher level of thinking, and not thinking, it's a higher level of vibration, it's energy, it's being in gratitude, being grateful, being happy, being joyful. If you are depressed, try to pop in, comedy to watch if that's, if you can't get outside, because laughter is key to getting your vibration up higher. If you can, go outside, take your shoes off and ground with the energies of the earth. And and that alone will rise that vibration because you're reconnecting with earth. But once you get there and once you're joyful and grateful for what you have, it will start bringing everything in that you need. You know, um, it's hard, but do some Google searching about manifestation and I don't want to say like the law of attraction because that's so overkilled and such, but it's in essence it's manifesting and setting intention. So, um, you know, I would do a Google search of that manifestation and setting intentions, um, and really finding out more about that. Um, and then the next one says, in a moment I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. In any moment I can surrender. Absolutely, any moment you can surrender. Um, yeah. So I used to have like a 2 hour commute from where I live now to my job, and then on Fridays on the way home, it would be a 3 hour commute. And so that's when I learned a lot about manifestation, gratitude. Um, I really learned how to meditate without my eyes being closed, and being in the moment and in the now. And you could take a nice, 2 hour commute. You could take a 15-minute commute and really be in the moment and just you know be in joy, be in happiness. And yeah, it sucks being in traffic, inching along, especially if you live in a major metropolitan area. um, I got stuck in DC traffic, and so it just wouldn't move, and so or move, but you can easily see where the aggression and pent up anger can come from. And if you realize that, like, eventually I'll get to where I need to be, you know, and those people that are being uber aggressive, apparently they need to be somewhere a little quicker than you do. And you know what? It's okay. That's their path, But at that moment, I can be in joy and love and in gratitude and say, you know what, dude? Go ahead. You can cut in front of me. Because it doesn't make a difference. Eventually I'll get home. And if I was in such of a hurry, I would leave a little earlier. Um, and really life is that way. Like, you need to realize that everyone's living their own lives with their own different parameters and their own different background and their own different information. But in any moment, in every moment, you can be in gratitude and you can be in love and you can be um, in joy and in peace. And oh my goodness, there's been so many times that, like, I've seen people in line and getting mad at the cashiers, or mad at their fellow people because they're in line and they have too much stuff or whatever. And but mainly like towards like the retail environment and towards wait staff and such. And you know you can show some gratitude, you can show some patience and some support and say, hey, you know what, I'm not in a hurry, dude. I am not in a hurry. If I was in a hurry, that's not your fault, that's my fault. you know um, and even if the person is, let's say, slower at their job or having issues, we don't know why, and we don't know what it feels like to be in their shoes. Maybe this person suffers from extreme anxiety, and today was the first day that they're having to socially interact with customers, and they're like totally stressed out about it, and they're just trying to survive the day or the moment, or maybe, the person just lost a loved one or a pet, um, or maybe they just are having a bad day too, We don't know what people are, what they're going through. So at any moment, you can surrender to that powerful presence of love. And it's just through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. So to me, it's not necessarily, like I said, not through necessarily through prayer, but take that time to take a deep breath in and realize it's okay, and that you still love yourself, and to realize that you don't know what this person's going through, and it's okay, and be still and be in that moment. And if you can, send some love to them through your heart. Just like feel that love being sent from you to them, and maybe that might help them. Maybe they might feel it and be happy to receive it. All right, such a beautiful message there. It's kind of weird that these to me just kind of made me ramble on, and I'm sorry about that. Um, and but these are definitely all positive and powerful, and actually taking us to another level of conscious awareness. So I'm glad that they're able to say, hey, just because all of this negative stuff is happening, we can still see the golden or the silver lining to every situation. So thank you so much for joining us today, or joining me today. You guys have a great day. See you tomorrow.